Just got that. Okay, let's see if it gets gone live. It's worked. What am I pressing now? Nothing. Just your numbers is normal. Just you pretend like it's OBS. So when you want,
I see. Yeah.
Just think of that as Facebook.
Yeah. Okay. Hi. How are you? Welcome to Tuesday. I was about to say Thursday. Then welcome to the unwashed. We've had no water for 4 days, so it's wet whitewashing and dry shampoo. I can't wait to get home now because I think the water's working.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think so. So welcome to YouTube, because this is the first time that I've gone live to YouTube. I've never done it before, so woo! Welcome to White Gecko. Hi, Anne. Welcome to White Gecko, and these are our 1 o'clocks. Normally, Sarah would be here doing Block of the Week. But are you doing Block of the Week tomorrow?
No, I've got something different for them tomorrow.
Ooh, no block this week. We're in Malvern this week, so I'm doing Tuesday because we'll be travelling Thursday. But Sarah we will be doing a walk around live from Malvern to show you the quilts and who's around us and everything. So send help and cake, okay? So what are we doing today? We're doing a doorknob reminder. So we're going to be doing that. So this is new for me because it's a new thing. So if I press the wrong button, how do I press to get out? Just that door?
End stream.
I get there eventually.
Just think of that as Facebook, just like you would. Right. So you're just going to use the buttons on the laptop, just like you would for changing your cameras.
But it's instant, this one.
Yes.
It's instant, whereas the other one, there was a backlog.
They've got a delay. Well, you haven't got a delay. They've got a delay. It was instant on Facebook, love, for us. It was instant on Facebook. No. It's just, it was absolutely 1,000%. It was instant for us, but they have about a 10-second delay on Facebook.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. What are we making? Right. Sarah was here because this is the first time I've used it. So it seems to be working okay. So what are we doing? We are doing a doorknob reminder. So, hi, Claire. Hi, Kate. How are you doing? I've lost people because Eileen came in and said something.
She's just up there, lovely.
No,
Kate. Hello. There she is.
No, Eileen. Eileen Thompson. She was there.
There you go. You just put the mouse hovered on it, and what you can do is you can then add that. You can add that on there if you want to, but just don't hover. Don't have the mouse hovering on the comments.
Okay, we get there. Look, you know how long it took me to get used to the Facebook one. This is just like all of these bits, and and
you need 2 buttons. That's
two buttons.
Your normal buttons for the camera and end stream.
End.
That's it. Don't worry about the rest of it. I've set the rest up.
Cool. Right. Okay. So this is what we're making. We're making a door reminder.
You all right if I go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll shout if anything goes wrong. We've got a door reminder. So this is supposed to hang on your door. Okay. You hang it on the doorknob, and anything that you need to remember on the way out, you would put in these little pockets. Okay. And then there's a pocket at the back to put anything that's, a letter. If you were going to post a letter, I think it's wide enough for a C5 envelope, or these would go in here. Okay, so that's what we're making today. I have actually cut all the pieces out so that it was quicker. These are the ones that I'm using, the fabrics that I'm using. So this one is part of Lucky. Hiya, Marion. How are you? And Leslie and Marlene. How are you? So this is what we're using. So this one is Lucky. Okay. I thought I'd bring over the charm packs to show you the beautiful fabric in here. Okay. I've used one of these, that one. So we've got that one in the shop. I think we've got this one in the shop. We've got this green. And then we have, that I remember, one of these. That one there with the dashes, little dashes, and we've got a crisscross in the pale yellow, and this one, which is quite beautiful, which I can't find now. It's typical, isn't it? I saw it as I flashed through earlier. So that's this one. The fabric that I'm going to use to make today's is sun drenched. So that one was lucky. This one's sun drenched. And this is in blues and mustards. Now, I'm not a mustard girl, but I am really quite I'm getting used to mustard. I mean, Sarah puts mustard everywhere. So I'm quite enjoying the mustard now. So, and it had daisies on it, and I'm a big daisy fan. At the moment, daisies, mushrooms, and dragons, and I'm okay. So I've cut all the pieces out. I've interfaced all except for the one on the back. I didn't bother interfacing that one because it's taut, and you're not shoving that much in there. You want it to sort of give a little. So let me tell you the sizes. You want 2 at 10" by 5". Okay, so I've got 2. I've got my front and my back, or to the way round. I've got 2 at 8 by 6. Okay, 2 at 8 by 6, and I've got 1 at 7 by 6. I'm not quite sure why that one's smaller, but I've got 1 at 7 by 6, and this one is 5 by 11. Okay, so you could make it 5 by 10 or cut it out. I mean, I used a long quarter and I've still got half of it left. Okay, I had 2 long quarters, and I could probably make another one or more. I could make 2 or 3 out of 2 long quarters just by swapping fabrics around and that. So we're going to start. Where are we? Hiya, Sonia. How are you? From Thailand. Oh, I'm honoured. You were after Block of the Week, were you? I'm afraid we're doorknobbing. Hiya, Patty. How are you? And Jean. She's out for lunch, and you're watching me. What are you having for lunch, Jean? Hiya, Ali. How are you? Patricia and Carol. Carol, I'm sure it was you, sent a coat for Linus. It did arrive. I haven't Linused it yet, but it is still it has arrived. So these are 10 by 5. Did I say? I wrote it on there so that I wouldn't forget. 10 by 5. You're going to put the 2 10 by 5 right sides together, wrong sides together. Okay, and we are going to cut the corners off. I'm going to round the corners. You don't need to, but I have bias, so there's no reason why I can't. And I just rounded the corners, and if you do them both together, it means that they're exactly the same. Okay, so that you know that they're going to fit together. Those bits, turn it round, and we're going to do these bits as well. Okay, so there we go. So these are the 10 by 5 pieces, and I've put front and back wrong sides together like this. It's quite daunting knowing I'm on YouTube as well. I mean, it'll be easier because Sean doesn't have to do the uploading and downloading now. Where's Dave? There he is. She's not going to spend her Sunday uploading from Facebook and then downloading. Right. So that's that. Okay. I've pinned them together to keep them in the bit that I've cut them. All right. So now you've got your pockets. So you have your 7 by 6, and you're going to fold them in half, wrong sides together. Now I've cut them at 6 because if you've got a pattern that you want to make sure that it all lines up, where are we? Let's go to 5. See, you can line this up so that now looks like. However, I'm going to show one in between. So the pattern that I saw, she suggested that you make it wider so that you can pattern match. But she was using exactly the same fabric for all. Okay, so you're doing your pockets like this. And we're going to top stitch along the top. So my pockets are all going to go in like that. Okay, you can have them as wide. I mean, you could make these longer. If you wanted a really long one, because you always had long things, you could make it go all the way down to the bottom. But the majority of us don't need, we just need to slot little bits in. Okay, so I'm going to take these to the machine and I'm going to top stitch all these 3. Okay. Right. Okay. Hi, Kay. How are you? Wait. You're having salt and chili burger. Oh, that sounds good with skinny fries. Hi, Jane. How are you doing? Right. So she's got the zipper foot on. So I've got a feeling, is that gonna? Yeah, I'm gonna have to change that foot. Okay, it's gonna change the foot. Now I've got to work out where the foot is. Ooh. Where's your foot, sir? I don't know what all of these are. That one I'll have to do. Because I think I broke a needle last time when I decided that we weren't going to change it. Haha. Right. So, I don't know what foot this is. It might be a... What's it foot? Where does that go? Does that go in there? Is there a hole? There's a hole. So that hole goes in there like that. I don't know how to put that bit up. How do you put that bit up? It's always a trial. I'm almost tempted to bring my machine and leave my machine here. Right. I think that was the front door. Hopefully that's Sarah come to rescue me.
Right, what's up, love?
Oh, I don't know what foot.
That camera's also completely dropped. Right, what are you trying to do, babe?
It was had a zipper foot on. Right. The last time the zipper foot was on there, I broke a needle.
Right, so you want a bog standard foot, yeah? Or do you want a 1/4 inch?
I don't mind. I'll work with either.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
No. 1D. Right, that's also dropped. There we go. Oh, no, I've been playing with this camera for days now and it just won't stay where it's supposed to. Right, give us a second. I'm just going to grab some more blue tack.
I think she just walked into the door. Oh, yeah, I don't want to stay. Right, I think we have...
Right, 1D. Right, just mind your fingers a minute.
See, I checked the bobbin before Sarah left.
There you go. Right, that's that.
So hopefully the bobbin won't run out.
Get that back where it's supposed to be. What are you doing?
Well, it's all knotted.
It wasn't. I just unknotted it.
No, you didn't.
Right, get out of it.
So Sarah's now threading a needle and she's going to fix the camera
Come on. It's because I'm at the wrong. Oh. Right, talk to them a minute.
Oh, right. Okay. So we are just sorting it out. I've got my technical person here that is sorting out the machine.
Oh, it's 'cause you can't
So it should tell you the number of the foot on it. I know it does tell me the number of the foot. I've worked that bit out, but it was trying to work out the rest. So you're all good. Thanks for the demo. That's good. Sarah's on her way. So we are still working out the camera, and
I've for some reason the machine's broken. I've got to just try and sort it out.
Oh, right. So we will do these pockets. Let's go back to this, shall we? Number 3. So while Sarah's sorting that out, what we're going to do with this one is, this is the one for the back. We're going to also put in a seam at the bottom and then turn it out the other way. We could do that while we're looking. We're going to put a little hem on this. Okay, this is the one for the back.
Why
so
won't
I'm going to put a little hem and not touch
there
nothing.
Did you touch the wheel by any chance?
Oh, I might have.
Yeah, that's why.
I wanted to see whether the needle would not go anywhere near. So we're just putting a hem on this bit, okay? Just to, and we'll hem this. We will, this is the one that goes on the back, okay? So we'll put a little hem on this. We'll top stitch that, and then we'll put it right sides together and sew it down.
Right.
Okay. That's that one.
There we go. It's
done. There you go. Sarah can fix anything.
Right. Okay. Now I need you to
go on to 4
so I can get the camera in the right place, because it keeps turning backwards for some reason, and I don't know why it's doing it. Just keeps doing that, and I can't make that any tighter than it already is.
Can you change the angle of the
No, because that it falls down then.
Oh, all technical stuff.
Yeah, blue tack.
Bit of blue tack.
Right, there you go.
Right.
Okay, that's now stuck there. Right,
okay.
There we go.
Eileen Thompson wants to know how you're feeling, Sarah.
I'm absolutely fine, thank you, my lovelies. I'm all recovered, all good. It was very horrible to have done, but I was fine by the next day. So,
yeah,
all good.
And not snuffly.
Not as snuffly as normal.
Right.
So
we're going to put our little. Oh, we will.
Oh, what's going on?
This could just be me. I'm not going fast enough. There you go. So just putting on our little hem on the back pocket. There's one side and to the side. There we go. We're going to sew fast.
Not too fast, it makes the camera shake.
Oh yeah. Sorry, people. Forgot about that. So we're going to then put this right sides together. I think it's the only thing we put right sides together. Right sides together, and we're going to put a hem on there, seam in there. Of course, you want to back stitch front, top and bottom. I've started following, or she's coming up a lot on my feeds, a lady called Tammy. She's an American lady, and she talks about you've got to back stitch at the beginning and end of anything, because that's what her granny said. I think she's got t-shirts that say that. Why? Because my grandma said. So I've top stitched really quickly all those 3. So we go back over to here. Where are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully you're fine.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Okay. It's a good job. You only live 56 steps away from. She just walked into that door again.
Because I've got dungarees on, and every time I pass that door, the handle catches in the back here and hoiks me back.
Right. We're going to put the shorter pocket. It's going to go on the bottom. Okay. And we're going to build this the other way round and then mark where it should go. Do I need to mark where it goes? Yeah, we need to mark where it goes. So we're going to put that one in there like that. And then that one in there like that. Okay. And I'm just going to mark on here with something. Oh, there we are. There's one. I'm going to mark. Well, I would if this worked. Well, it works on paper. Like that. And there. And then we mark it. It's not very straight, is it? If I do it like that, that's okay. But that one's on the wonk. There we go. It's a bit better. It's not perfect, but it's better. And we're going to mark that on that. There. And there. Oh, really rubbish pen. And then this one. I've got to hope that it's going to show up. I had a chalk pen. Seemed to work quite well. Right, so those are going on there like that. Okay, so I don't want these two together. I want to take them apart now. So I'm going to put a T on there just in case I move it around, because I know that's the top then. Okay, so that's going like that. So we now need to build this. So we're going to put, you can hem this if you're so inclined, but I just thought it's going to be inside. That's a better bit. So I'm going to put that on there. Now if we do it like, no, it still didn't work. So we can put that, line that up with those lines. Okay, we're not pattern matching because I haven't thought about it. And now we need to sew that one down. Okay, so let's go back to 4. We'll see you later. Bye, Jean. So I'm just putting a stitch across here, making sure that it's all lined up. So put a stitch across there and find my other piece. And I'm going to line it up with the marks that I made on this one, which I made on the other side. And then turned it over because it was a better sewing. It wasn't all mixed up. So we're going to put that on there. Oh, stop too early. And sew that one down there. Like that. And then we're going to take our last one and line that up with the lines that we've made on our middle pocket. Like that. And that, I'm going to switch it over so that I can see the back. And just put a line in there. Okay. Hopefully that line will be within. So now we're just going to put like a eighth of an inch all the way round. That's not right. Let's move it over a little bit. There we are. Just round. Hold it in. Hold the pockets in place. But if you do it at an eighth of an inch, hopefully it's going to be within your binding seam allowance. Very close on the corners, but never mind. It'll work. And it holds the pockets in place just while you're doing all the rest of it. Okay, so we'll come over to that one, and now we're just going to trim it. Okay, so you can use scissors if you want, and just trim off the excess of your pockets. There you go. So it's always best to have that little bit extra that you end up cutting off, just because otherwise you're oh, there is wonky. Well, that's a design feature. Okay, the design feature is the pockets are wonky. Right, we're going to take our back pocket. I'm going to turn it. We've sewn the hemming bit, and we're going to turn it over, and we've got the seam like that. Okay, now what we want to do, you see, Doris, is now on this one I've got it so that it's open, but I don't think you need it. You're not going to need two bits. So really what I should have done is put the seam in and then hemmed it with one hem. There you go. That's what we should have done, but that's not what we're going to do. Right, we're going to place that here. That's where I want to place it. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my my tape, your cotton India tape type stuff, and you want it to go up so that it'll go around your doorknob. You want to make sure that it doesn't get kinked up here. And you're going to line it up on here. Okay, now you can have a longer bit or shorter, depending on what doorknob it is. I cut a little bit extra so that I had enough. So now what we want to do is pin that in place there, like that, and we're going to sew it onto this bit. Okay, and this one, I'll pin that one as well. Okay, so we're just sewing this in place. So really, yes, we didn't need to sew the little hem. There you go. Right, over to here. And we're going to sew this by here. I've got my finger stuck on the needle, on the pin. So this is now having to go through quite a bit by there, just because I didn't listen to my head yesterday. My head had already worked all that bit out. Go across, that's it, there, and come back up this way. And go across here. We'll cut that off, and then we do the other side. So the other side, we're going to go down on the easy bit. Like this. So by doing that here, it means that you're not going to, you can put it onto the back of your doorknob reminder, and it will still go through. It makes a little tunnel. Where's that one? There you go. I'm going to trim off all our little ends. So 3. So we're just chopping off our little ends here, like that. Now, we don't want it to go through to the other side, so we're going to sew it onto our back piece now. Okay, so you're going to sew up. You don't want to go all the way up because we're going to put a bias on there. So you want to come down about half an inch. If we come down to about an inch, okay, like that. So let's line that up. We'll try and not make this crooked. So we want to make sure that that's central. It's about half an inch on either side. There you go, that's about central. And we're going to pin that in there, like that. Make sure that that doesn't move. Okay, so we're going to do, we're going to sew down and sew that in place like that, and then sew these in place. Okay, so that they are stable like this. Okay, so you can do your cross hatch at the top. You don't need to down the bottom because it's all going to get tucked into your bias. Okay, so back over to the machine. So what's everybody else having for lunch? I've got a tuna and cheese sandwich, and I'm wondering whether to toast it. But I don't think I should have brought it over and used Sarah's toaster here. So this is just going to keep this in place. You don't need it to go down as far as the your fabric tunnel, because you don't want to oh, where was it? There you go. I do get a bit carried away sometimes. So we'll go over to the front, go diagonal that way, over, straight, and then a diagonal up. Where's the other bit? There. Where am I aiming for? There. And then we can go backwards. Oh, what did that do? Which button did I press? There we go. And cut that off. Okay, so we've got a bit of a square there. Then down here, we're just going to go down and round. So if we go that way, there we go. Oh, no, not there. Come on up. Well, that's it. Come on up. There we go. And we're up here. Across. And down. It's as simple as that. Really simple sewing, she says, having caused all sorts of problems. Okay, so we'll do this one first. We go up this way. Across the top and back down. Woo. And then just put the cross hatch on the top of the other one. So start from there. Down the bottom. It's nice, quick. It is quick sewing when you works out the first one. And then once you've worked out the first one, you can then chain piece everything and do a load if you wanted to. They'd be quite good craft table things because they take so little fabric. You can make all sorts of scrappy ones. There we go. So we now have a hanger. And it's still not kinked. That's good. So number 3. So now we just need to trim those off because we don't need all that hanging out the bottom. Okay. So we now have our front and our back. So we just put them together now, like this. And you know, I use the longer pin because we've got a lot of stuff in there. There we go, like that. And then we put that pin there like that. Now we're going to go around and do the 1/8 of an inch. Need to move it up a bit. Oh no. It's taken up more than I thought. So if we follow the back, a bit, the back has moved off the, oh no, that's the, hopefully if I just jiggle this a little bit, she says, with a pin in her mouth, like a naughty girl, along here like that. Yeah, that's better. There we go. And let's pin those on there like that. And we're just going to do 1/8 of an inch all the way around. It's even worse. Maybe if I don't pin it, I can move it as I'm going. 1/8 of an inch all the way round. Okay. So what you all having? Toad in the hole plus vegetables. Oh, you are good, Marion. Not having lunch, but having a pot roast for dinner. Is that just like just a roast dinner? Or is it all in one pot? Patty. I see they talk about pot roast, but is that a stew? Or how do you do it? Patty and toast. Oh, do you know it's ages since I've had patty? I mean, COVID left me with a distorted sense of smell and taste. There's certain things that I can't eat. I can't eat ham that comes in a packet. I can't eat packet ham. And things like bacon and chicken, they don't taste like they used to, which is lost. There we go. Pate is another one that it hasn't been the same since. So just coming round the corner to there. That's just to hold it in place, although it's moved a bit, but it should hopefully go in with the bias. I've got a quite thin bias though. Right, I don't mind the finish when I sew on the front. It doesn't worry me for things like this. I'm a lot carefuler when I do my quilts, and I have, if the quilt has to be done quick for the telly or whatever, I have been I sew on the back, bring it to the front, and then you can put a stitch, and as long as you're careful, you can get a decent stitch all the way around. So I sew on the back, okay, like this. So we're going to start halfway down like this and leave a little bit. That's how I did it yesterday, and that's what we're going to do. As you get to the corners, don't pull it around the corners because you'll get a bit of a curl. So you've got to go really easy to give it enough room to, my bottom corners were a lot better than my top corner. I think by the time I got to the top, I was pulling. Okay, so you need to make it so that you're not pulling. So we're going to go along. I've opened out the bias. I've opened it because it curls, it folds in. Now, normally I would use bias that we've done ourselves, but I had bias tape there. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to use that. Because I always think bias uses quite a bit of fabric when you're doing it yourself. So I'm coming around the corner. I'm trying really hard not to pull it. Hot buttered crumpets. That sounds really good. Clips might do it better. Yes, you're right. Clips. Do you know, I've got a load of clips and I still forget to use them half the time. Clips are definitely better. They don't, I think sometimes when you pin it, it moves. It's certainly on something like this, but hopefully this will all disappear under the bias. So just coming around that corner there. There, completely missed. Let's cut that and go back. It took my eye off the ball. Okay. So bias sort of, as it folds in, you have a marking for you to be able to sew just on the outside of that fold here. I tend to try and aim for the fold or just outside. And just take it easy. It's not a race. Certainly not a race when you're doing it yourself at home. Here, I'm always racing with time, and especially when I've got to fight with the machine. But there you go. So, okay. So we're going along here. So this one is from the sun-drenched fabric, which is very beautiful. So just coming around this corner here. It's our last corner. Like I say, try not to pull it. You do tend to get to the corners and try and get round it real quick. So I'm going to fold the end of where I started, and we're just going to place this so that it sews straight into that bit. Okay, so we're just coming around that corner, down onto the straight. I'm just gonna try and get this to sit. No, I want that bend. That bend in there. Like that. Do you know what I could do with another hand? So I want this to be level with that. So we do this without letting it go. There we go. So we can cut off what we don't need now. Like that, and finish it up. Oh, I was just going to cut it then. So we started down here. There we go. So I now have my bias on my on the back. Okay. Now this now should all fold in and come round to the front. And clips would probably be a good idea here. And put that in there to hold that. And we're just going to pull all of this around. Again, I seem to be quite tight going around the corners, which I think is just, you could trim your fabric back if it's too tight coming around the corners. Trim your fabric on the corners so that it has more room for the bias to come around. Okay, so we've pulled all that frontwards like that, and we're going to make sure that as we come round and do the sewing from the front, that these are in place so that we can anchor them as we go round. Okay, so I'm going to start this end because then I can make sure that this is where I want it. So I can't get it there. Lift it. There we go. So we're going to start here and work our way round. Okay. Potatoes, onions, garlic, mushrooms and carrots at the bottom of the roasting pan. Oh, so you do it all together. Oh, that sounds really nice. Hiya, Maxine, how are you? So we're going to start here and we're going to make sure that everything is there. Pick a point on your foot. So I'm going to pick this outside, inside of the left prong, and we're going to try and keep it so it's the same all the way around. Note the word try. So remember, the bias has got a bit of movement. So you want to make sure that is exactly where you want it. Your strap, and you're following all the way around. So at the moment you're keeping an eye on 2 things, 3 things as you're going. So down the corner, and then we're done. We're done. We actually have a finished product, which doesn't often happen. I've normally got half projects. So I had a lady, Christine, come in today. She brought me a cake box with no cake in it. I mean, all of you should know by now, you don't turn up to the shop with a cake box with no cake in it. So we're going to have a go. She brought me in the box because she thought it would make a good 1 o'clock. Now, I think if I did this again, I'd use a wider bias, but I only have this in. I'm just about catching it in most of the places. There we go. Backwards. Where's the foot gone? The foot's gone for a bit. There we go. So, there we have our finished doorknob reminder. So with my squiffy pockets and a bit on the back. So can you see where we put these straps, sewed them to there, and now we have a tunnel in order for you to put any envelopes or whatever out the back. Last thing is keyring. If you put like a keyring or a what they called, a carabiner on it, you can then hook your keys to it. I was going to put my keys on it, but I carry everybody's keys on my keys, and it would be a bit heavy. I think it would pull it down, but there we go. So we have one with dogs and one with daisies on it. Two of my favorite things, dogs and daisies. Dragons would be even better. I want a dragon for a pet. Would save me in petrol, but cost me in sheep. What am I doing? 2. There we go. So, good morning in Illinois. Hi, Elisa. How are you? Anybody on YouTube? I'm sorry, I haven't done any of the words and everything. But normally on a Tuesday, for those of you who are new, normally on a Tuesday you'd have the other Sarah doing block of the week, or me doing block of the week. Tuesday's normally block of the week, and then Sarah's back tomorrow at 7 o'clock on this, going live, but 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And then Thursday we're packing the van. Oh no, we're packing the van tomorrow, and Thursday we're going up to Malvern to the show. So if you're going to the show, we'll see you there. If not, I'll see you next week, back on a Thursday, I think. Yeah, back on the Thursday. So we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, how am I? Oh, I'm okay. Cute, mate, but what's the intended use? Right, let me catch up with this before I say goodbye. It's to hang on a door. You hang it on the door handle, so that when you're leaving the house, all the things that you forget, like you might want to post a letter, so you put your letter in. You might want to make sure the kids remember their dinner money or something. You hang it on the doorknob. It's just a little pocket. Listen, when you've been doing 600 of these, you're starting to really not have many new original ideas. so we go in with the projects, but it'll be, I've got an idea. I've been saving more. I'm going to make Shana lanyards so that she can hang her microphones off it and stuff. So how am I? I'm fine. Oh, absolutely fine. I'm going back over now for my tuna sandwich and to do more work. So I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.